At my daughter's first birthday, Mom gasped as the $1,000 cake slipped from her hands and splattered across the floor. Oops, she said, smirking, but your sister's kids deserve this kind of party more. Dad chuckled. You never sacrifice for this family. I stayed quiet. Jessica, my sister, tossed me a glittery pink bag. Don't be dramatic, she said, scrolling her phone. Here's our gift for your little princess. Inside was a box of expired candy. The wrapper crinkled and faded. Don't worry, Jessica added with a laugh. Kids won't notice. Around us, a few guests exchanged glances, some suppressing smiles. My mother kicked at the ruined cake, scattering the frosting across the floor. My uncle whispered something to his wife, who laughed without looking at me. Dad pulled out his phone. The flash went off. Seconds later, a notification buzzed on mine. Family celebrations. So proud of our little girl. The photo showed the smashed cake, my stunned face, and Dad's wide grin. Comments poured in. Such a sweet family. Jessica's always so thoughtful. Mom is the best. Never a dull moment. My cousin Mark chimed in, LOL, classic, always trying too hard. Ha! I didn't respond, not when Dad leaned toward his friend and muttered, can you believe he spent $1,000 on that thing? Always showing off. Not when Jessica whispered to Mom, at least my kids get real gifts, not just his ego wrapped in sugar. I just stood there, holding my daughter close as she clutched my shirt, her tiny eyes wide and innocent. Later, I slipped into the kitchen, numb but steady. I placed my daughter in her high chair and opened my phone. The cruise, $12,000 booked for my parents, Jessica, her kids, a family trip they said they deserved. I canceled it. Jessica's car loan, the one I co-signed, sold. The grocery and utility accounts I managed, frozen. Everything they depended on gone. That night, my phone buzzed again. A Facebook photo, Jessica and Dad, smiling wide. Family is everything, so grateful for these moments. Then Mom's text followed, our tickets are gone, what happened? I stared at the message for a long moment before replying, maybe your golden child can book new ones. When I returned to the living room, no one even looked at me, they were too busy laughing, but something in me shifted, a quiet finality that would never unshift. The next morning, the missed calls began. Mom, we can't access our cruise tickets, what did you do? Jessica, you ruined everything, did you even think about the kids? Dad, you're acting like a child, it's just money. Just money. My money. I let the phone buzz until it died in my hand. The room was dark, but the anger inside me burned steady and cold. Weeks passed, they still called, still begged, still twisted every word. Honey, Mom sighed over the phone, your father's car broke down, he's so stressed, maybe help just a little? Just a little, like the thousands I'd already given, like every bill, every bailout, every favor they'd forgotten. Jessica texted again, can you spot me $200? It's for a job thing. 2 days later, her Instagram showed a spa weekend. Self-care is everything. I ignored her, but I saw the family group chat light up. Jessica, he's so selfish, always thinks he's better than us. Aunt, someone should tell him to grow up. Dad, some people forget what loyalty means. Laughing emojis, hearts. They were united again, this time, against me. When Mom finally called about a family dinner, she used her softest voice. You have to come, honey, it's for your father. He thinks you're upset, please, just make peace. Peace. Their favorite word for submission. But I went. Maybe I still wanted to believe they could change. They hadn't. The house was warm, the table full. Mom kissed my cheek, a sweetness that tasted like poison. My father's grin was wide, his voice booming across the room. There he is, the big man, still sulking about the cake. Laughter followed. His friends chuckled, glasses clinking. Jessica sat at the far end of the table, glued to her phone, pretending I didn't exist. Come on, sit down, Mom cooed, patting the seat nearest the kitchen, close enough to fetch things. Dinner was the same as always, a noise, laughter, and little jabs wrapped in smiles. You still doing that little job of yours? Didn't you just buy a new car? Someone's got money to waste. Must be nice, no responsibilities. I chewed dry chicken and stayed silent, tasting humiliation with every bite. Then Jessica leaned forward, her tone dripping with mockery. Oh, did you see what he posted last year? She said, waving her phone, bragging about that cake. $1,000 and it ended up on the floor. Dad roared, "That's our boy, always throwing money away." The laughter stung. Their friends raised glasses like it was all good fun. My phone buzzed. A new post from Mom. Family is everything. So grateful for those who understand love. A photo, everyone smiling around the table. I wasn't in it. Something inside me twisted. My chest tightened as the room blurred. I needed air. I mumbled an excuse and stepped out onto the porch. The cold air hit hard, sharp, grounding. I breathed it in, trying to steady myself. Then I heard them. Through the cracked kitchen window, their voices slipped out, muffled, but clear enough. "He's so sensitive. Did you see his face?" Jessica snickered. "He deserves it," Dad chuckled. "After all we've done for him, he thinks he can just walk away." Mom whispered. "Don't worry," she added. "He always comes back. We just have to say we're struggling." "And if he doesn't?" Jessica laughed. "Then we call him selfish. Works every time. Always trying to prove he's better than us," Dad said, and they all laughed. Real laughter, cruel, familiar. My hands clenched the porch railing until my knuckles went white. I was their joke, their puppet, the good son, the wallet with a heartbeat. I drove home in silence, their voices echoing in my head. Every bill I'd paid, every favor I'd done, every apology I'd believed. I wasn't family, I was a convenience. I pulled over, pressing my forehead against the steering wheel, breath shaking. Then my phone buzzed again. Dad had posted, "Family isn't who helps when it's easy, it's who stays when it's hard." Comments rolled in, hearts, praise, sympathy. Jessica's story followed, her and my parents smiling, drinks raised. Real family, always together. I stared until my reflection in the screen blurred. They were rewriting the story, turning me into the villain, the selfish, bitter son. But they didn't know me anymore. That night, I didn't sleep. The rage burned steady and bright. Their laughter looped in my mind, but beneath it, something colder took shape, resolve. By morning, I had a plan, not just to walk away, but to end their charade once and for all. And the perfect stage was already waiting, my father's birthday dinner. The restaurant glittered under chandeliers, laughter echoing through the air, plates of seafood, glasses of champagne, a celebration fit for a king. Mom was radiant beside Dad, her arm around him. Jessica posed for selfies, her voice cutting through the noise. I walked in quietly, a large, elegantly wrapped box in my arms. The table fell momentarily silent. Dad grinned. Well, he made it. We thought you were too busy for family." Chuckles all around. Jessica's smile didn't reach her eyes. I smiled back and took my seat. The box sat in the center of the table, glinting under the light. Dad's gaze lingered on it, curious, greedy. Dinner unfolded in rehearsed stories, Dad boasting about his hard years, Mom sighing, "Family is everything," Jessica whispering to her friends, "He's so dramatic, always acts like he's better than us." I waited, watching. Then the moment came. Dad stood, glass in hand. "I want to thank you all for coming. Family is everything, and tonight, I feel like the richest man in the world." Applause, toasts, laughter. Jessica leaned in for a photo, phone poised. That's when I stood. "Actually," I said, calm but clear, "before we celebrate, I'd like to give my gift." The room quieted, all eyes turned to the glittering box. Dad smirked, "Finally, some gratitude." I peeled away the wrapping, lifted the lid, and revealed a thick stack of neatly clipped papers. Mom's brow furrowed. "What is that?" I held up the first sheet, a record. Every dollar I've spent for this family over the past 7 years, the mortgage I paid, the bills, the emergencies that somehow turned into vacations and spa days. The room froze. Dad's grin faltered. "What are you talking about?" "Oh, I'm just getting started." I pulled out another stack. Bank statements, transfers, proof of every lie. Jessica's face drained of color. "This is insane. Why are you doing this?" "Because everyone deserves to know the truth," I said evenly. "The truth about how you used me, how you laughed behind my back, how you said I was nothing but a wallet." I took out my phone, tapped play. The restaurant fell silent as my father's voice echoed through the speakers. "He's too stupid to notice. We just say it's for repairs, and he pays." Then Jessica's voice. If he finds out, so what? He's desperate for our approval. Gasps, chairs creaked, guests exchanged horrified glances. Mom shot up, her face red with rage. And I just stood there, calm, collected, watching the empire they built on my silence begin to crumble. My father's grin was still frozen in place when my mother snapped, her voice trembling with fury. How dare you? This is a family moment. We're your family. Something in me finally broke. You don't even know what that word means, I said. Family doesn't use you. Family doesn't lie, cheat, or steal from you. Family doesn't laugh at your pain. Jessica's boyfriend shifted away from her, disgust twisting his face. Is this true? He whispered. Jessica didn't answer. My father's expression hardened, pride, anger, disbelief all colliding. You're trying to humiliate us in front of everyone. Humiliate you? I laughed, low and cold. You did that yourselves. You made me your bank, your backup plan. You're fool. Jessica's voice cracked. Stop. You're ruining everything. Everything? I stepped closer. No, I'm ending it. I pulled out one final document, the deed to the house I helped them buy. This, I said, was in my name. It's being sold. Your free ride is over. My father lunged for the papers, but I stepped back. You can try, I said evenly, but it's already done. Your vacations? Cancelled. Jessica's car loan? Sold. Utilities and family accounts? Frozen. My mother stumbled, gripping a chair. You can't do this, she whispered. You're our son. I looked her in the eye. No, I said quietly, not anymore. Silence fell over the restaurant. Phones hovered in midair. Guests exchanged uneasy glances. Jessica's friends slipped away one by one. Then Jessica's boyfriend stood. He looked at her with raw disgust. I can't believe you, he said. You're so selfish. He turned and walked out. Jessica screamed, voice cracking with panic. My father cursed. My mother sobbed, trying to grab my sleeve. I stepped back, letting her hand fall. I loved you, I said. I tried to help you, but you never saw me as family, just a wallet, and now that's gone. I walked out through the sea of stunned faces, the doors swinging shut behind me. The cold night hit me like a breath of freedom. Behind me, their world was collapsing. I didn't look back. Later, at home, my phone buzzed relentlessly. Mom, please, baby, let's talk. Your father is so upset. Dad, ungrateful brat, after everything we've done for you. Jessica, you humiliated us in front of everyone. I dropped the phone on the couch, let it buzz itself out. Then a new message, unknown number. I know what they did, I can help you. I frowned. A scam? Another manipulation? Another message came through, a photo. My family, at dinner, laughing, my father mid-toast, my mother's head thrown back, Jessica's grin wide. Then the text. Jessica used your name for something else, bigger. A chill crawled up my spine. I opened my bank app, balances looked fine, but then I thought of something worse. I called the bank. Yes, sir, one moment. There's an active loan under your name, taken 3 months ago. 3 months, while I was still paying their bills? Yes, sir, $30,000 signed by you. My stomach dropped. That's impossible. I never signed anything. The voice hesitated. The documents are verified. Sir, your signature's on file. Jessica. The name hit like a hammer. She hadn't just used me, she'd stolen from me, forged my name, betrayed me again. And my parents? They'd covered for her, laughed at me, lied to my face. Not this time. I drove straight to their house. The door was unlocked, typical. They were in the living room, Jessica curled on the couch, my mother beside her, my father pacing. Their laughter died the second I walked in. What are you doing here? My father barked. I ignored him. Did you take out a loan in my name? They froze. I've already contacted the bank. I continued. They're investigating. The loan, $30,000, forged signature. Jessica, it was you, wasn't it? Her eyes widened. I didn't mean. My mother stepped in quickly. Sweetheart, let's not make a scene. A scene? I cut her off, my voice sharp. I just found out I owe $30,000 for a loan I never took. Jessica, did you forge my name? Her lip trembled. I thought I could pay it back before. With what? I snapped. More lies? More of my money? Dad's face twisted. Enough. You're blaming your sister for your own mess. I pulled out my phone. The bank has the documents. Her signature. My name. The evidence is clear. Mom turned to Jessica, her voice cracking. Tell me that's not true. Jessica broke. I needed it. I thought I could fix it before he found out. Dad's eyes widened. You said it was for school. You lied to us too? Jessica sobbed into her hands. Mom looked shattered. We sacrificed everything to help you, she whispered, and you lied. I stepped back, watching their world collapse under its own lies. This, I said quietly, is your family, a family of liars, thieves, and cowards. But I'm done. No more money, no more help, no more silence. Dad pointed at me, shaking with rage. You can't walk away. We're family. Family? I laughed softly. Family doesn't steal. Family doesn't destroy marriages. Family doesn't turn their son into a wallet. Mom's tears flowed freely. We were just trying to protect you. I shook my head. No, you were protecting yourselves. I turned toward the door. If you leave now, you're dead to us, Dad roared. I didn't even look back. Outside, the night was cold and clean. I took a deep breath and felt the weight finally lift. They were dead to me. And for the first time, I was free. When I got home, silence greeted me until a small voice broke it. Daddy, look, I drew us. Lily stood there, holding up her tablet. A house, a sun, two smiling stick figures, just us. It's perfect, I whispered, pulling her into my arms. My phone buzzed again, more messages from my parents. From Jessica, pleading, accusing. I didn't open them, I didn't need to. Instead, I logged into a charity site, Victims of Fraud. Donation, $5,000. Donor name, Jessica M. Message, support for those who lost everything. I forwarded the receipt to my mother with one line. Now I'm really helping the family. Weeks passed, my consulting business grew, clients returned, life steadied. Every now and then, a new email arrived, my mother's apologies, my father's anger, Jessica's desperate pleas. They all went straight to trash. They had their chance, they chose lies. One evening, as the city lights shimmered beyond my office window, Lily hugged me tightly. Daddy, are you happy now? I smiled, brushing a strand of hair from her face. Yes, sweetheart, I said softly, I finally am.